Lots of news coming out of Six Flags Great Adventure. We've seen track arrive on site along with many other refurbishments that have been announced by the park on either their Instagram or during the Ace Winter event that happened in Chicago. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Track is on site for the new for 2027 roller coaster replacing Kingda Ka, and I really love that purple. It looks beautiful, it's fresh, it's unique, and it's going to look great on that skyline. Looking through videos, this thing looks absolutely massive. It takes up a greater space than even Kingda Ka did. This goes all the way out to the boardwalk, and the tower looks like to be even further beyond where the Kingda Ka tower was. Not 100% certain on that, but just from looking at the videos posted by Toro Ryan, it's looking that way, and I couldn't be more excited. On top of that, Boardwalk is finally getting refreshed. While I loved the midway game section of the Boardwalk because it really made me feel like I was at a Boardwalk park, the back section with Green Lantern, Superman, and all that asphalt, it just took me right out of the park. This area, in my opinion, has needed the most TLC out of any part of the park, and I'm so happy that it's finally getting the refurbishment that it deserves. No longer will we have to go from this to this. Those days are over. El Toro is beginning its refurbishment. We are in phase 1 with the Twister section getting brand new refurb track from Intamin, and this is great. El Toro is a great ride, but it definitely has some potholes, and I love that the park is addressing this by polishing the ride up to make it as smooth as it can be. In front of El Toro is going to be a brand new show stage, which granted, I am so happy that a lot of entertainment is coming to the park. This is very much needed. In all my visits to Great Adventure, going all the way back to 2014, one of the things that has been lacking the most at the park is entertainment venue. While the rides are great, it's nice to see that we're addressing stuff that is going to help fully balance the park to be a full-fledged premier experience. It's going to be safari themed by the looks of it, or some sort of animal theme, which, speaking of safari, the entrance that used to be Safari Off-Road Adventure next to the log flume, which is also returning, is coming back. So no longer will you have to walk from the park all the way to the back end of the parking lot to try the safari. Now you can just, from the park, get on the attraction. This will save a lot of time and be way more efficient for those guests that want to experience both, but do not want to take the 20-minute walk to get from the front entrance to the entrance of the safari ride. And we got 2 new refreshed food locations. Best of the West, which I still have yet to eat at, but that's only because every time I go, it's closed, is finally getting a full refurbishment and is going to get an actual smoker to have smoked barbecue in the park. I love barbecue. The barbecue that I've experienced at some of the Cedar Fair locations has been phenomenal, and so I love that we're getting the same treatment here at Six Flags Great Adventure. This was Kaylee's favorite food location, and hopefully with this refurbishment, this will continue to be Kaylee's favorite location to eat in the park. I also hope that with this refurbishment, that means that this food location can be open far more consistent than it has been in my visits to the park. The other one that is getting refurbished is Main Street Pub. This is also getting the Cedar Fair treatment like Best of the West with the cafeteria style efficiency. This will really speed up food lines, and it's also getting a new menu, which is just exciting. Overall, I love that we're getting the Cedar Fair style food locations in this park. We had 2 of them happen last year with Granny's and Yum Yum, and now 2 other food locations are getting it. These are just way more efficient and far better, and the food quality is getting better too. Which, it's nice that all these upgrades are really just trying to turn Great Adventure into the crown jewel it's supposed to be. Funny that I called this back in my Kingda Ka video a year ago.
And it will be closing for good, along with multiple other rides at Great Adventure, to make way for new expansion. One of those expansions that has been announced at a brand new multi-launch roller coaster with several world records attached to it will be replacing Kingda Ka in 2026. I kind of expected this coming in a sense that I knew we were going to start losing certain rides within Six Flags, because this is what Cedar Fair did to the Paramount parks. Kings Dominion is a great example, but we also lost a lot of rides in all the other Paramount parks to make way for new attractions. And now look at how the Paramount parks now, in fact, the Paramount parks are some of the premier parks within the Cedar Fair chain. And so We have to just understand that right now we're in a growing pains period. A lot of rides have to be removed to make way for greater expansions and to overall improve the park as a whole. I got to see this with King's Dominion. King's Dominion, in my opinion, is in the best state that it has ever been in. And it's all because of all the work that has been put into it. If you had said this back in 2015, no one would have believed you that King's Dominion would be where it's at now. Look at Kings Island. Kings Island's premier roller coasters were built by Cedar Fair. Same with Carowinds. Same with California's Great America. Same with Canada's Wonderland. So for those that are worried with the state of how some of the Six Flags parks are now, especially if we see more removals in the near future, like we've seen with Over Texas, we've seen with Great Adventure, rides are going to be removed. And we need to expect that it's going to happen. But it's all to make the parks better, and we need to have faith, and we need to rationalize that this will all be better in the near future. Cedar Fair parks have been at their best in recent times, and I've had some of my best amusement park experiences at Cedar Fair parks. So I know that the Six Flags parks can become what the Cedar Fair parks are now, but they have to go through their growing pains. It's going to take a couple of years, but they're going to try. So just be patient, just win the wait, and we will see some beautiful things. Not only are we going to get fantastic roller coasters and rides, but we're also going to get fantastic park experiences, because as much as we love roller coasters, we need to remember that coasters in today's day and age are not the 100% draw. Sure, they bring people to the park, but what is going to keep people coming back to the park is not just the rides, but is there good food options? Is there great entertainment? Is there stuff for my child to do so we can go here rather than spending so much money to go to Disney, which has done a fantastic job of including little ones in their major experiences?
It's just nice that this park is finally becoming the premier park that it's always meant to be. I know enthusiasts have always considered it that way because its coaster collection is fantastic, which that is true. Its coaster collection is fantastic. But all the other aspects of the park have been neglected for far too long. And finally, it's getting all that treatment to be a premier location with great food, great atmosphere, luscious greenery, entertainment, along with the great rides. Like I just mentioned, this is what I called in my Kingda Ka video, that while Kingda Ka may be closing, the future will look bright for this park as the company will pour money into this park. Which, let me just address something. I find it funny that some enthusiasts that are praising the park now, which granted, the park should be receiving positive feedback for all the stuff that they are doing, but some of the enthusiasts that are praising the park now were the same ones that were bashing the park a year ago during Kingda Ka's closure. And some were even going as far as saying that this would be the next Geauga Lake.
This is a complex situation, and already going into it, people are going to be losing their minds and rioting because this coaster is closing. Look at how people have responded to Kingda Ka's closure with chants of F Zimmerman or down with Zimmerman, screw Six Flags as a whole, this merger is terrible, or even making outrageous claims that Great Adventure is now in its final years and will be closing as a whole in the near future, and we have a new Geauga Lake on our hands. This is absolutely insane how we have taken our sad emotions, which once again, I totally understand. It sucks losing a coaster of this magnitude and how beloved it is. And I understand having a personal connection with it. I get it. It is hard to lose something of this insane magnitude that we have never lost before, because even though Dragster is gone, we still have at least Top Thrill 2 to look forward to in the near future. And we don't even get that with Ka. But that does not give us any excuse.
Also, my comparison to King's Dominion is really starting to age well.
I have been going to King's Dominion for my entire life up to this point. I know what it's like to just lose rides so much. Because, 2015, we lost two roller coasters at once. We lost Shockwave, which did get its fair send-off, but we lost Hurler. We didn't even know Hurler was done for. We got an announcement in 2016 that Hurler would not open for the entire season as it was going through an extensive refurbishment. That never happened. And then in 2017, the park opens and we start seeing the ride being dismantled. Now, granted, we saw it being done in such a way that we went, wait a minute. Is the park actually going to use Rocky Mountain construction and turn it into a hybrid? And fair enough, it did. This was also during a time where we believed Cedar Fair would not work with Rocky Mountain construction. And so we were just genuinely shocked that not only did we see Steel Vengeance come from Mean Street, but Twisted Timbers come for King's Dominion from Hurler. Then, randomly in 2019, I say randomly, but it was just more suddenly, we lost Volcano the Blast Coaster. Volcano the Blast Coaster went down in 2018 for extensive maintenance that needed to be done with the ride. But a lot of problems kept coming up as they were fixing multiple things. And the opening for the coaster just got delayed and delayed and delayed. It was only supposed to be down for like maybe a month or so. And it just came pushed back and pushed back and pushed back to the point that in January of 2019, it was announced that it would be done for good. And it would be dismantled and a replacement would eventually come. This was extremely devastating for a lot of fans of King's Dominion, to the point, I remember some people wanting to boycott King's Dominion. I remember some people didn't want to renew their season pass because Volcano was closed and didn't get a proper send-off.
History really does come full circle. And let me just also say, if I wasn't clear enough in my Kingda Ka video, I'm not a fan of how the PR of Kingda Ka's closure was handled. Whether for a corporate reason or state reason or combined, regardless, was not a fan of how it was handled. But again, that does not give enthusiasts an excuse to just start saying some wild statements on the internet. I get we have the internet, but oh my gosh, some of the things that were said was just absolutely insane. And the comments that I got on some of my videos are still funny to look back on. Some of y'all are wild. Again, just because Kingda Ka and a lot of other attractions were closing does not mean they were planning to close the park. This park has a lot of potential. Its location is perfect. But because the park has been handled so poorly, in my opinion, over a few decades, it is all kind of piled into having to basically refresh and start over with the park. And we've clearly been seeing that. Some of the new stuff that happened last year, even my last year's visit, I could see all the improvements to Great Adventure. And it was one of my best visits to the park ever. And already the new stuff that is coming this year is just going to enhance that. And again, we have a new coaster coming. And even on that topic, I haven't mentioned this before, I really do like that this coaster, while it might be a shuttle coaster, which not the best route, but they are going to make it a 2-train operation because it's going to have a switch track, which will be a plus. Now, obviously, would I like it to be a full circuit? Yes. But given the fact that just because Kingda Ka was full circuit, yet it was really, really short, this ride for the most part seems to emulate the style of ride that Kingda Ka was. I cannot wait to see what this ride is fully going to be like, if it is the rumored mock spinner, if the layout that we've been seeing online is going to be accurate, or if there's something else that we're missing. I also can't wait to see the name. I know the rumor is Phantom-inspired because that's what has been trademarked, but I don't know. I don't know if I think it will be the name or not, but we'll see. And then the final thing is I cannot wait for the height. We've heard that there's a lot of record breakers, which could just be the launching aspect of the ride, but I really cannot wait to see if what the height of this. Will it be 300 feet, 400 feet, or even 500 feet? Who knows? I cannot wait to hear more from the park in the near future. I love that the PR side of the park now is being way more transparent, seeing all the YouTubers getting to be there for the new track and all the announcements we're getting. This is really nice, and I hope we can continue to see that from Six Flags Great Adventure. So overall, I am beyond excited for all the new stuff and all the investment that this park is getting. But what are your thoughts on all the investment? Please let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button to help continue to grow the channel out. I'd very much appreciate it. And hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. That way you do not miss a video here on the Coaster Fanatic. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, Roller Coaster Fanatics, keep coasting.